This is the new iQOO Z11 Turbo. A massive 7600 mAh battery and a Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 on the inside sounds like a performance flagship. But then iQOO goes and throws in a 200 megapixel primary camera, all at a very aggressive price. On paper, this is an unusual mix. Big battery, serious performance, high resolution optics. It sounds great, but phones like this usually compromise somewhere. So does this combo actually work in the real world? If this is your first time here, or in case you just can't remember, my name's Ash, you're watching C4E Tech, and let's get started. The Z11 Turbo looks and feels premium, more so than you'd expect at this price. You get a glass back, a metal frame, and a design that's very much in line with current flagship trends. Flat front, flat back, flat side, with subtle curves at the edges and rounded corners. The glass to the back here has a soft frosted finish, so it doesn't pick up fingerprints easily. And despite packing a massive 7600 mAh battery, this phone is just 8.1mm thick and weighs around 205 grams, which is honestly impressive. But here's what I like the most about the build: this width. Now this here is a Vivo X300 with a 6.3-inch display. Phones like this are loved for one reason: they are narrow, comfortable, and easy to use single-handed. Now the Z11 Turbo has a much larger, almost 6.6-inch screen, but it's just 2.5mm wider. That's significantly narrower than your typical 6.8 or 6.9-inch phones out there. So this hits a really nice middle ground. You get a meaningfully larger screen than a compact phone without crossing into that awkward, unwieldy territory that ultra-large phones often do. Combine that with the premium materials, and this phone genuinely feels great in hand. iQOO's also stepped up on durability. You now get IP68 and IP69 for water and dust resistance. There's an IR blaster, NFC, Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 5.4, and an ultrasonic fingerprint scanner that's positioned quite conveniently. I also really like what iQOO's done with this camera module. Instead of pretending it's a triple or quad camera setup, like a lot of other phones tend to do, this is unapologetically a dual camera system. At the same time, it still carries that familiar iQOO space viewport design language we've seen before: clean, confident, and distinctive. Now before we jump into cameras and performance, let me quickly show you what you get in the box. So this is a standard iQOO black box with a reflective logo and subtle Z branding behind that. I've got the 12256 base variant here, though iQOO offers multiple configurations with LPDDR5X Ultra RAM and UFS 4.1 storage. Opening the box, the first thing you see is the Z11 Turbo itself. I've picked it up in pink. There are also black, blue, and white options. Interestingly, the black variant is slightly slimmer and lighter since it opts for a fiberglass back instead of glass. In the box, you also get some paperwork, a transparent soft case, a USB C-to-C cable, a 100-watt Vivo flash charger, and a SIM ejector tool. Using that 100-watt charger, you can take the 7600 mAh battery from 0 to 50 in about 30 minutes, with a full charge taking roughly an hour. There is bypass charging support too, so battery heat doesn't affect performance during long gaming sessions. Speaking of performance, the Z11 Turbo is powered by Qualcomm's new Snapdragon 8 Gen 5, a solid chip that's not far off last year's flagship 8 Elite. In synthetic benchmarks, it does quite well. But under sustained load, it does lose a fair bit of performance. On a 20-minute stress test, it dropped a little over 50% from its peak. The good news is, it didn't get uncomfortably hot while doing so. Temperatures topped out at around 46 degrees. That tells me there's still some thermal headroom here. Performance also tends to dip and spike back up, which makes me think this is more of a tuning issue than a hardware limitation. With some optimization from iQOO, stability could improve quite a bit, and I hope that is something they address with future updates. There's also a dedicated Q2 esports chip on board. This helps with things like super resolution and frame generation in supported games, so the overall gaming experience is quite solid. Most games should run just fine on this phone and look good doing so, especially since the display, that's another strong point. You're looking at a 6.59-inch LTPS AMOLED panel with a 1.5K resolution and 144Hz refresh rate. We tested brightness at around 2000 nits in auto mode, so outdoor visibility is excellent. Under low light, it can drop all the way down to a single nit, and you get 2592Hz PWM dimming by default with 4320Hz and even DC-like options under developer settings. Overall, this is a high-quality panel, and paired with the loud, well-balanced stereo speakers, it makes for a really solid media experience. Now let's talk about cameras. As I mentioned earlier, the primary here is a 200 megapixel shooter, Samsung's HP5, a 1x1.56-inch sensor paired with a f1.88 lens with OIS. Image quality is actually quite impressive. Photos are detailed, colors look natural, and the dynamic range is on point. Thanks to the high megapixel count, even when you zoom in 4x, you can still get usable 12.5 megapixel shots with good detail. You can also shoot at 50 megapixels or the full 200 megapixels if you want, and you don't need to hold the phone still for long since the delay is in processing, not capture, and the results were quite good. Low light performance was also good. Highlight control is handled well, shadows retain detail, and images don't look overly noisy. Video tops out at 4K 60 and the footage is decent. The secondary camera is a fairly average 8 megapixel ultra-wide, nothing special. On the front though, you get a 32 megapixel selfie camera that actually does a very good job. Detail is solid, exposure is on point, skin tones look natural, and portrait edge detection is accurate. You can even shoot 4K 60 selfie video, which is still pretty uncommon in this segment, especially in China. Pricing is where the Z11 Turbo really starts to make sense. It starts at 26.99 RMB in China and is currently discounted to 23.99. At that price, this is extremely strong value. The spec combo itself isn't unheard of in this segment, but what makes this phone stand out is that you also get an above average primary camera. The high resolution sensor and sensor crop zoom do a decent job of compensating for the lack of a dedicated telephoto. So yeah, I really like the Z11 Turbo. If iQOO could tighten up the performance stability a bit, this could easily be one of the best phones in its class. I'd genuinely love to see it go global. And that's my take. Now you tell me what yours is in the comments below, and while you're down there, drop this video a like, subscribe and turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon if you haven't yet. I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. Ash out.